Kayano Takumi is an ordinary boy who up until recently lived a normal life in Japan. But he now finds himself wandering in abandoned forest surrounded by monsters in another world. His status bar opens. It shows Takumi's stats. In front of him, C-rank monsters. Red wolf attacks. He conjures the spell air shot, defeating the red wolf. He jumps back, firing a two-finger air shots from the sky. The shot pierces the wolves, allowing him a moment to breathe. In the next moment, he puts the bodies of the wolves into inventory. Takumi decides to tell the audience of how he ended up in another world. A flashback shows a person on all fours bowing, asking for his forgiveness. Takumi didn't understand why this person was on their knees. The person on the ground introduces themselves as Silpharil. Compared to Takumi, he's a god, with the two talking in the divine realm of the gods. The entire time Takumi believes that this person is crazy and this must be some type of scam. Silpharil instantly tells Takumi that it isn't a scam. This scares Takumi as he didn't say this. Silpharil apologizes. He admits that he actually read his mind but didn't mean to. Takumi would like Sil a brief explanation of what's going on. Sil scratches the back of his head, admitting to accidentally killing Takumi by mistake. Sil was trying to repair damage in the space-time continuum but made a mistake, unlike what some people believe gods can in fact make mistakes, hitting Takumi by accident when he was outside the rift that was created. Takumi laments that his life has come to an end at the age of 28. He was reincarnated into Esteldia, the world Sil governs. Basic knowledge, language and magic has been pre-installed into his body. He opens his stats. Takumi notices that his age is younger and he went from level 1 to level 3. Takumi hears something behind a tree. He soon sees two blue-haired wide-eyed kids. Takumi tries to be friendly with the children, asking about the location of their parents or why they're alone in the forest. The two pack away frightened. The children's stomachs begin to rumble. Takumi goes to his inventory where tons of basic foods that Sil placed inside. Grabbing two peaches, he gives the twins one each. The two twins light up eating everything. Noticing the rags they call clothes, Takumi grabs a pair of two new outfits. He introduces himself to the kids, asking if they would like to go to town with him. Takumi tries to ask the children what their names and ages are but he gets no answer. The status bar shows the kids have no names and are aged 5. He names the first Alan and the second is named Alana. As the three are walking to the town, the twins start running out of nowhere. Takumi isn't given much time to think as monster boars block the twins' path. Takumi is prepared to defend them but the twins both kick the boar. The twins follow the attack with a dropkick on the next two. The young man is in complete shock that these two 5-year-olds were able to accomplish such a feat. When they walk back over to him, Takumi questions them. The twins are able to scan and locate monsters. He tells them to next time tell him before running off. The twins agree. Soon a bear appears and the two tell him before defeating it. The children continue this pattern until the sun goes down. The three camp out in the forest where they would eat and sleep as a family. The three arrive at Esteldia, where the guards question if he really came from the forest of Gaia, a dangerous place where only rank adventurers can travel. The guards doubt his story but proceed to ask for his ID. And since Takumi does not have one, he's forced to pick up a crystal ball. The party is cleared of any criminal history and are given temporary IDs. The kids seem to be afraid of strangers. The three arrive at a church where Takumi begins to pray at a statue of Sil to contact the god. Takumi manages to trick the god after saying he's going to drop some kids at an orphanage. Sil grovels, asking for him not to do this, revealing the god was the one behind this. The 5 gods have plans for the children as they are not ordinary, and Sil was hoping Takumi could look after them. The 3 go to an inn to sleep, with the kids happily jumping on their bed. In the morning he notices that the children spoke for the first time. Luna, the receptionist, welcomes the family to the Adventurers Guild. She is hesitant to give the children registration forms but compiles. Luna gives Takumi an introduction of the ranking system for their guild, from newcomer F to hero S, with an SS rank that currently doesn't exist because no one can achieve it. With the average party members being C rank, Takumi registers the 3 of them as White Wings in honor of them all being connected to a god. There are 3 types of quest, the first being to gather herbs or other materials, with no danger. The second is a monster quest where they would need to defeat a monster and then bring back parts of its body as proof for completion. And lastly, a protection quest where they would need to protect people who wish to travel outside town. Takumi decides to take it easy and has them request to gather herbs. Luna gives the party 3 days to complete the quest. On the walk to the herbs, the group spots a slime monster, being a weak creature that spawns in this safe area for E and F rank adventurers. With the kids playing with the slime monster while Takumi grabs the herb, known as the Herb of Lily. The kids grab a bunch of the herbs, being rewarded with head pats. When they get back to the guild, Luna is shocked by the amount the group brought back. Takumi gives the children the money as their fair share, and as they're about to take it, an aggressive voice yells, asking what children are doing here, which scares the twins. The twins run behind Takumi for protection. Takumi tries to reason with the man as the children are not bothering him. The man's name is Dominic. While the man is talking to the receptionist, Takumi isn't too surprised people like this exist here as well. The man grabs Takumi, not liking being ignored. Luna reminds him that fighting is prohibited, but it's too late as the twins instinctively kick the man in the gut, knocking him out, and as they are about to kill him with a drop kick to the temple, Takumi tells them to stop. Takumi turns to Luna to ask if the twins would be given a punishment for this, but she decides to classify this as reasonable self-defense. The knight from earlier walks in to ask if everything is alright, only to see a knocked out Dominic. Luna looks at Takumi to calm down the children as they begin to cry. Scared that Takumi was going to leave them because he yelled at them, Second Captain Granvalt introduces himself. Later it's revealed that slave traders from the kingdom of Algo were on their way here. But they were attacked by monsters from the forest of Gaia, so this would explain where the twins came from. On his honor as a captain of the knights, Granvalt appoints Takumi as the twins' official guardians. Luna gets excited, leaning forward to have any materials Takumi has from the forest of Gaia. The knight captain explains. The girl has a love of materials, so she would gladly buy anything he has. So he sells her the red wolves, receiving a fortune of silver coins. Granvalt originally came to the guild to receive his monthly quest to exterminate monsters from the forest of Gaia, so they don't begin to overpopulate. With him taking as many able fighters the guildmaster can offer, implying that Takumi will be one of those people. Takumi is shocked as he's only a newly promoted F-rank adventurer. The captain deadpans as he knows Takumi is capable if he can bring back red wolves. He looks down to tell the twins not to eat coins. The captain leaves to make his request to the guildmaster, mentioning the newcomer Takumi Kayano joining them. It's been a month since Takumi and the twins arrived in Esteldia, with him now used to the world. The twins are now no longer nervous around new people. Their party, White Wings, is now in a normal routine. They would spend 2 days working on a quest, then take a day off. But there is a problem. Takumi can't get used to the taste of the food. The world only has 3 types of bread: white, rye, and whole grain. The bread doesn't taste bad, but it's irritatingly simple compared to modern food. With him wishing to have more complex flavors like lunch breads and dessert-based breads, Takumi gets the idea to just make his fancy bread, with the children agreeing to help, both cutely repeating which bread to make. The family goes to the local bakery to request the shop owner and his daughter to make some bread for him. Using his magic in his bottle, he shows the duo 2 bottles. The red bottle contains jam while the white one contains custard cream. The man is confused about what Takumi wants him to do with this. The young man explains that he wants the baker to put custard and jam into the bread while it's baking, asking if it's possible for him to do this. The baker tells him it's possible, it's just he's never done so before. Takumi grabs an apron and offers to show the baker how to do this. He takes the dough, cuts it into sections and then places jam in the middle, finally rolling it up. With some practice, the baker is able to use more than half the jam to make his custom bread. Next it's time to add custard, with his daughter Michelle helping. Both Alan and Alana raise their hands signifying they wish to help. The baker next points to Takumi to help, which shocks Takumi. Behind his back he conjures Enko, being known as red bean paste. The team works in the night creating bread. The twins go to show their father their progress. Receiving head pats, Michelle applauds them while still messing up. After some time the bread is ready. The baker and his daughter eat the bread, calling it delicious. The baker never knew that bread could have food stored inside. He then turns to Takumi to ask if he could sell this type of bread in his store, offering to pay him. Takumi doesn't wish to take credit for the product but instead wants to be able to have these on a regular basis. Remembering back home this is sold all over Japan. The baker is excited to explore new bread combinations, as he plans to add new fillings. The next day Luna congratulates them, as they have been promoted to an E-rank adventurer. Takumi checks his stats bar to see he's level 13. She does the same with the children and the twins smile back. Luna decides to ask if he's interested in the labyrinth. From the knowledge that was pre-installed by the god Sil, there is 103 labyrinths in the world. Luna explains that there is a labyrinth near Shireen, which has 15 underground floors. Once adventurers reach E-rank, they normally go adventuring inside the labyrinth. He looks to the children to see what they think and the twins want to go. Their reaction shocks Luna as she didn't intend on the 5-year-old children going with him. She mentions that it will take at least a half a day to reach the labyrinth. Each floor will take a couple days to complete. Takumi tries to reassure her that they won't go too many floors down. Luna isn't convinced as she knows the party to be the type to go deeper into the lower floors. The group laughs off the comments. But despite all that was said, Alan and Elena point out what direction to go. The twins accurately point out directions to the point they never got lost. All the monsters are Earth-based. The first one they spot is the ground mole. As Takumi casually sees it's a low-ranking monster, the twins have already defeated it. The mole disappears and Takumi explains the monsters in the labyrinth disappear when it's defeated. Items of varying rarities are dropped by the monsters after they are defeated. The kids look for the dropped item. Takumi finds it to be a mole whisker. After a montage, Takumi deems that this should be enough for today. He takes out a magical cook stove device to make dinner. He makes a fowl and vegetable soup that has carrots, celery, meat and other herbs. The family sleeps inside a protective magic barrier. The next day, a bat and snake monster are quickly defeated by the twins, then they eat breakfast. The day was spent eliminating monsters. This routine would loop as the days went by. Today, the party White Wing reached the 10th floor. Takumi places his hand on the wall, activating a secret compartment that has a treasure chest. Takumi checks the chest for a trap and tells the children it's safe. Inside they find 2 potions. The yellow potion is a stamina drink, while the purple drink restores a person's mana. The twins notice a monster behind them and immediately run to attack. The monster happens to be a wild ape, receiving its hide. The hide happens to be a rare item. Takumi realizes that the twins have extremely high martial arts skills, happy that he found them and not someone in a position of power, wondering if this is what Syl was worried about. A clay snake slithers over to them. He tells the kids to stay back as this one is venomous. He throws a rock at it to stun the clay snake to then attack with wind cutters. Next, a group of giant bees attack, and the twins offer to fight them. Takumi agrees, and to his shock, the twins have trouble landing a hit. The fight loses its seriousness as the kids are now playfully chasing them. While the two are keeping the monster bees' attention, Takumi decides to sort his inventory. Eventually, the kids manage to trap and defeat the bees. The children hand him honey, as this was the dropped item. Honey in this world is a precious commodity as the bees can be farmed. With this knowledge, Takumi has Alan and Elena to take out as many giant bees they can from now on. After the twins defeat the more giant bees, Takumi makes them a tasty treat. He blends the milk and eggs. Then he coats bread in the mixture and then cooks it on a skillet, drizzling honey on the bread to make French toast. The three enjoy the treat, calling it yummy. Soon more giant bees come to attack the party. Takumi gets up to eliminate the bees as the twins are still eating. He assumes that the bees are attracted by the honey, which would explain why so many keep attacking them, which he rightfully assumes they can use this strategy to get as much honey as they want. The party soon arrives at the lowest floor, being the 15th floor, now in front of the boss's room. Inside the room, Takumi notices it's huge, and the final boss is a giant earthworm. He tells Alan and Elena to let him take on the boss monster by himself, first attacking with a wind cutter, but the monster dodges. The giant earthworm is surprisingly fast. The worm conjures its magic, attacking with a sand ball. Takumi is able to overpower its magic and is able to use an air shot to kill the monster. He doesn't know if the monster is too easy, being a low-rank labyrinth, or if he's overpowered because of Syl. He received a fang, fairy stone, and earthworm meat, with him not finding worm meat appetizing. The children are ready to leave and give Takumi a head pat for winning. A secret room opens where the group finds a teleportation device to get them back to town. Alan notices a treasure chest by the teleportation device. Inside, Takumi finds a firebomb. The twins think of their toys and toss the bombs in the air like balls, which Takumi quickly confiscates. The three touch the crystal ball to reach the outside. On the ride back to town, the twins notice a wolf. Takumi can't tell if it's a regular animal or a monster. The wolf wags its tail and Takumi sees it acts more like a pet dog than a monster. And the twins aren't afraid of the wolf. He does a quick appraisal to see it's a Fenrir. The Fenrir has skills in magic and can be Takumi's contracted beast. The Fenrir is indeed a monster, an S-rank monster with high potential. He assumes that Syl must also be behind this and decides to train the beast like a dog. Naming the Fenrir, Jewel. Outside the town, he notices a sign that doesn't allow monsters past a point. He's able to get around this rule by putting Jewel into his shadow as a summon. He talks to Syl at the church to learn why Fenrir is here. Originally, he intended for Jewel to join his party first, but the water god had the children placed in his care first. That night, the 4 members of the party sleep on the bed in the inn.